crafters, welcome into Guys Craft 2. My name is John and I hope that you all have had an amazing weekend and that things have been going your way. It has absolutely been crazy in the Guys Craft 2 household. We have had so much going on between yesterday, today, and just living life and loving life. How's that for a turn of phrase? So with that said, welcome to all my new subscribers. We have just been blown away by the way the channel has kind of taken off in the last couple of weeks. We can continue to attract new people, and that is amazing. And guys, we so appreciate that. For my channel members, thank you so much for helping support the channel, making it possible for us to do some of the giveaways and that we do. And for my long-term subscribers, you're all the ones that are the bedrock and the foundation for how I got here. So with that said, let's jump into the chat and see what is going on. All right, so Joy DeLito was first this morning, or this afternoon. She says, "Hey, John and Chatters." So thank you, Joy, for being here. Runs with Quilts, Melissa is here. Hey, Melissa, welcome in. Thanks for being here this afternoon, and thanks for being a channel member. Delia's here. Hey, Delia, welcome in. Melissa says, "With many colorful words a day, I got home about an hour ago." I understand that. If you've ever driven in Phoenix traffic, it's not so bad in the morning, but it wouldn't be as bad in the morning here, except now we've got construction everywhere, which we always do, but unfortunately it's now involving the route I take to work and home. But anyways, yes, it's hard to get back and forth some days without expressing yourself for sure. Zaza's here. Hey Zaza, welcome in. Hope you're having a good afternoon, evening, whatever it may be where you're at. Balloonist, my buddy down in Tucson's here. Hey Mona, welcome in. Thanks for being here and thanks for being a channel member. She says good afternoon from a humid Tucson. Yeah, it's been crazy here this weekend because we're not used to humidity and that. You get used to the heat. I mean, it's just a dense heat, but when the humidity comes and decides to stay, that makes all the difference in the world, let me tell you. All right, move that out of the way. Hey, Brendan, welcome in. Good afternoon to you. And it's afternoon. It's his lunchtime tomorrow over in New Zealand. Thanks for being here this afternoon. Who else? Debt Free Quilter's here. Hey, welcome in. Thanks for being here. My buddy Brian from the Witchcraft Room is here. Welcome in, Brian. If you missed it yesterday, we were on Danielle's channel, so Danielle's Stitchery. She had myself on with John from Art East Company and Brian from Witchcraft Room and Brendan, and we absolutely had a great time together. It was very interesting. We covered all the topics and we almost got to world peace, but we weren't quite there. But we were getting there, I'm telling you. Kim's here. Hey, Kim, welcome in. Thanks for being here. My buddy Linda, the Irish lady, is here. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Who else? Pat's here. Hey, Pat, welcome in. You will be shocked to know that both your Quilts of Valor are done. The binding's done. The quilting's done. Everything's done. They are ready to box and be shipped out to you. I'll send you an email because I want to confirm your address. I probably won't get them out. I know I won't get them out today or tomorrow. Hopefully I'll get them in the mail to you Tuesday or Wednesday, but they will absolutely go out this week. So I am thrilled to have those done. I hope you like how they turned out. I do think they look very nice. So, and thank you for letting me help support your cause in such a great institution. What else? The Confident Quilter, Gladys, is here. Hey, Gladys, welcome in. Molly's here. Hey, Molly, welcome in. Oh, there's my buddy Katie. Hey, Katie, I was able to catch her yesterday for a little bit. Then I was watching her earlier today with Sean, and then on the replay, and then was able to catch her for a little bit with Sherry today. So she's been all around. Poor Katie. She's a busy, busy lady, let me tell you. Jean's here. Hey, Jean, welcome in. Thanks for being here. What else is going on? Who else? Who else? Molly's here. Molly, if I missed you, it was not on purpose. Judy's here. Hey, Judy. She says, good afternoon from Northern California. Ingrid's here. Hey, Ingrid. Welcome in. Thanks for being here this afternoon. Who else? Goodness, guys, you all have been chitty-chatty. Nancy's here. Hey, Nancy, welcome in. Thanks for being here this afternoon. And I think I'm getting caught up. Zaza says, oh, I spy the new toy. Guys, you all have no clue. I will show you all some things in just a few minutes. Melissa's here. Greenland, Greenland. Judy's here. Hey, Judy, welcome in. Thanks for being here this afternoon. Brian said he had so much fun. You know what? And it's just the right group, guys. You know, I mean, we all get along so well. We're so fortunate to have the YouTube family that we do. No real judgment in that, right? We just enjoy what we do. We just want to craft, and we leave the stress in that to those that still work and to those that are retired. I'm not sure what your stress is, but I'm sure you have stress. I'm not going to say you don't. It's just a different stress, right? We all still have some stress to deal with in life, no matter what. Pat goes, wow, John, you were fast. Absolutely not, girlfriend. I think I've had them since, what, April, maybe March. I feel like it took forever, and I am so sorry. That was not the intent. But I do hope you're happy with them when they get there. Zaza says, you guys were funny yesterday on Danielle's. I tell you what, when you get that bunch together, Danielle is a character, and I don't think people realize what a character that girl can be sometimes. Who else? Katie says, fall is coming, John, and it's time for another get-together at Guys Craft 2. You're right, girl. Too funny. I was just made a list the other day about some folks that I would like to reach out to get on the channel, but have I sent an email or did any of that? No, not yet, but I will. Nanette's here. Hey, welcome in. I got your stickers in the mail this week for you, so hopefully you'll be getting those first of the week. And who else? All right, I think I am caught up on chat for the moment. And looks like everything's working for the minute, so we'll cross fingers. It's been crazy. So, yes, as you can tell, I have taken the plunge, and we did go yesterday and purchase the new Janome Continental M8 Professional. I have played on every machine imaginable to man. I have been all around trying to figure out what is going to work for John. I will tell you what works for John are two things. I absolutely love Jake, and I love my TL18 QVP. I don't think there's a better straight stitch machine out there, and Jake has always been reliable. The only thing that irritates me with Jake is the needle just goes up and down. So when you're doing a jelly strip, right, 42 inches, and then you get done and you take it out and you realize, oh, you didn't have any bobbin, because the machine doesn't care if it has bobbin, doesn't really care if it has thread. The needle just goes up and down. So I can't tell you how many times I've done that, but we won't talk about that. But I have been playing around. I'm not as thrilled with Hercules, the Juki DX 4000 QVP. I just don't think when it got into the electronic side that Juki is as strong in the market for a lot of different reasons. So we're actually going to sell that machine. But I didn't need another embroidery machine. I've got Hagrid, right, the new Burnett. I've got the Epic 2 that I use as well. Plus I have the Hulk, which is our 10 needle embroidery machine. So between Hagrid, the Hawk, and the other one, yeah, I didn't need yet another embroidery machine, but I really wanted something that would do everything that I wanted as far as sewing. And so after playing with Brother again, Going back and actually looking at Bernina's again, looking at baby locks and some of the other machines that were out there, I decided, you know what, the Janome is what made sense to me. Price point made sense to me. I like that the Janome has an all steel cage inside in that, all metal cage. I think that's really important. And I will tell you, well, not from experience, but I will tell you this thing weighs like 35, 38 pounds. I wouldn't know that because I really haven't lifted it because I have someone that just takes care of me, and so I don't have to do those kind of things. So, hey, Mona did what is here. Welcome in, Mona. I did get to catch her a couple of times yesterday, but wasn't in a position to chat. So, what did we do today? So, what is going on is we have spent literally the entire day working on modifying this Husky desk so John could have a flat sewing surface because I don't like the tables. It just, for some reason, it just doesn't work for me. They aggravate me. And this Janome actually comes with a nice big table with a drawer and everything. But again, it's still not what I wanted. Janome has a simple table that you can buy that gives you some sewing space in that, but it was $800, almost $900, and I'm like, I'm not gonna spend that. And then I already bought the kangaroo and all that, and yet the Janome, because it does have a 13.5-inch throat, so because the throat space is so much bigger, I didn't have room for that. So anyways, we'll do a full unboxing and really get through talking about, but this new baby is called Maverick. So Maverick the M8 or Maverick the mate, because he is my mate when it comes to getting things done. So it's just so crazy. So let's see who says what. Jody says, too many machines. How do you decide which one to sew on? Jody, I don't have that many machines, but I am actually selling several machines. I am selling my Bernina 480. I am going to sell the Juki 4000 and a couple other machines because I am really getting down to the stable. Is going to be now Maverick and Jake are really going to be my two go-to machines. And it really just depends on what I'm working on and what I want, but it's meant to be with the setup that this is the main machine. Katie goes, I wish I, Zaza says, I love my Janome. That is awesome, and thank you for saying that, because I tell you what, I was really nervous. I don't like spending the money, but it doesn't help when you have a partner that goes, look, you want to retire in a couple of years, you might as well get it now. That way you know it's paid for, it's taken care of. We did actually get a really good deal from the dealer. And we spent multiple trips out there playing with this machine to make sure that John was actually going to be happy with it when he got it home. So I know it's a Janome Juki family. It's an all J family, right? John, Janome, Juki. So it's that's who we are now. Green Katie says, I wish I had more than one machine. You all are so blessed to have so many machines. If my main machine breaks, I'm in trouble. Girl, we got to figure out something for you. At least get you a featherweight, because the featherweights are not that expensive. But I don't know I'd be curious what they are over in Greenland and that. Because, I mean, in the States, for a few $100, you can get a nice featherweight machine. Even my 301, I think I bought that for $100. And I think Carl charged me $400 to totally renovate it and take it completely apart, repaint it, and do all that, which is Barney, but I'm not sure. I don't remember now. Who else? Oh, Katie says, I love my Janome too. Awesome. See? So I've become a Janome boy now. Heather says, I'll stick with my Juki Sand. Thank you very much. Yep. Hello to all from New Jersey. Hey, Sharita, welcome in. Thanks for being here today. Melissa says, I only have one machine too. I get it, believe me. I started with one machine. We don't even want to go there. I used to ask when I first got into sewing and quilting and that, because half the people I knew at Quilt Club and that, they all had all these machines, and I'm like, why do you need more than one machine? You can only sew on one machine. So we won't talk about the fact that how many John has now. Brendan says, I love the look of Maverick in your table, John. Looks very sleek. Thank you. I'll show y'all a little bit more in just a minute. And Brendan, the Mr. Quilter sticker is coming back. Literally, we were working up to 3:30 today. It's just been really kind of crazy trying to get all this put together. So as I said, I looked at the inmate, but it doesn't have a free arm, just a fixed bed. Correct. Yes. Only did what, Katie? Zaza says, I think you just love buying machines. I think sometimes I do. I keep telling myself this is the last machine. I never need anything else. And then something else strikes my fancy. So I'm hoping the M9 doesn't come out for another 5 years, and then I won't have to worry about it. Oh, Katie goes, I haven't found any of the zingers like you're talking about, John. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I bet they're probably more limited overseas. Just so crazy. Pat goes, I love my Bernina for PC and my 770 for embroidery. Yep, I get it. Judy says, John spoils John. I tell you what, it's not just me, it's my partner. My partner absolutely spoils me. I'll say, I don't think we should spend the money. I don't think this is what we need. And he's like, really, just get it. You want it. It's what makes you happy. Just go for it. I'm like, okay. So I do, but then I'm like, I really shouldn't. So he is definitely an enabler. Mona knows him. Mona knows he takes good care of me. Oh, Pat goes, I would like a brother to talk to my scan and cut. Yep, I get that. Brendan, I think we should be good. I'm hoping, but I will let you know for sure. So what did entice me about the M8? So there was a lot of things I like about it. I wanted to be able to do free motion, and the fact that it's got the stitch regulator and that with it was part of the selling point for me. I wanted to be able to do some of the decorative stitches. I've been wanting to do more decorative stitches on some of the borders and that. That sewed it for me. I like the way you push a button and it actually pops out the needle plate. The way the Janome 4000 handles the needle plate is just insane to me. This one actually automatically pops out the needle plate in that. I like the way the bobbins work in this machine in particular. I like that it's got a floating foot. There's a lot of key features in this machine. I think Janome really spent time saying, if we built the right sewing machine, what does that look like? Now, granted, they've got the M17 or whatever, which is also a big embroidery machine and all that, and it's a lot more electronic. I liked that this was more basic. I liked the smaller screen on it, in the way that you could just change things about this machine so quickly, and it stitches very quiet. I'm not sure that it stitches as quiet as a Bernina, because I know that is one of the key features of a Bernina, but I do think it makes a beautiful stitch, and I do think it does stitch out pretty quiet. So let's look at what my partner did for me. See, Brian says, I have three. My main machine is the backup and my travel machine. Yep, I get that. See, and that's basically what I'm getting down to. I'll have Maverick will be my main machine. Jake will still be mine, especially when I want to do totes and some things. I still like the mechanical machines over the electronic, although Janome seems to handle it, all those thicknesses just fine. And then I have another Juki straight stitch that I use as my travel machine. And I still have another Juki electronic machine that's a smaller one, but I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Heather says, John dear, you should go into sales as your second career. You're making a good case for this machine. Not trying to. I would never, I think machines are so personal, and you really have to spend time with them. I wish I had really done that earlier when I started 3 years ago, and I wouldn't probably have as many machines and have gone through as many machines as I have. But, it is what it is, and we'll just keep there. Pat goes, free motion, you have a long arm. I have two long arms. I have a Sweet 16 sit-down long arm, which we are now going to sell because I'll be able to use this to do what that machine does. The Sweet 16 is an older long arm, so it does not have the built-in stitch regulator. And so it's not, but I still like it. It's a great machine, but we'll end up selling that machine as part of the funding for buying land and all the other stuff that John wants to do. And then, of course, yeah, we do have our computerized long arm. Jody says, Heather, no way. He'll buy everything he's supposed to sell. Tell you what, I made a lot of friends at the new quilt store, so we won't even talk about that. Heather said, maybe, but if he sells, he won't feel the pinch because the commission will cover his purchases. Yeah, I have to think about that when I retire, right? Wouldn't it be cool to work in a quilt store? I'm not sure. I'm not sure that that's my calling. Pat says, so are you over your Harry Potter machine already? No, I specifically bought the Harry Potter machine purely, Pat, for the embroidery. And so I'm actually been making mug rugs on it and getting some things stitched out for gifts at the New Year's Eve retreat and different things going on and Christmas gifts. So, but we knew when I bought that machine was only going to be set up to do embroidery. It was never meant to be a sewing machine for us. Even though, it's more than capable, right? It's a Burnett, part of that Bernina family overall, but that's not why we bought that machine. We bought that machine specifically to embroider. Kim says, stitch regulator would be nice to have when FMQ on my domestic. I do have a second machine for traveling to classes. Yeah, I do think if you end up going to workshops and classes, it really does make a difference to be able to have a second machine. And if you don't, that's fine too. Joy Delita says Hagrid. Yes, Hagrid is the Burnett. All right, so what did we do yesterday? So yesterday they still had, let's jump over here to this camera. They still had, why is it not changing? There it goes. They still had the triangle squares for $4.95 for a yard cut, and I don't know, I walked in and they have them sitting there as you walk in the door. So I really don't have a lot of fall fabric in the stash, so I ended up grabbing this one and I grabbed this one. I just liked both of these. I thought they were so cool, and I have no idea what I'm going to do with them. It was so cute. The girl at the register asked me, she goes, well, do you have patterns picked out and blah blah blah, and I thought, oh, you're so adorable. It must be nice that you think people buy fabric specifically for a job. So no, I buy it so I can fill up a house. So, but then I found this Christmas fabric. So yesterday, this fabric at the store, again, it's not well, it is first run fabric, but most of these fabrics are a year or 2 years old, and that's why most of their fabric is $7.95. So because of that, I ended up getting some Christmas fabric. These were $7.95. It was $2 off a yard yesterday because yesterday was Fun Club, and if you pay so much to belong to the Fun Club, you get a discount the third of each month. And so, but of course, when I got home and checked my receipt, she forgot to give me my $2 off, so I have to call them Monday because I need to call them about lessons on that machine. But I got these two. Look how adorable, because I'm working on the Christmas quilt for my grandson. So I ended up just buying a yard of each of these. But I just thought these were too cute, and for $5 a yard, it just, I don't know, it just kind of jumped in my basket. And then I found this. This is a very muted red, but Holly Jolly, Quilty, Comfort and Joy, Let It Snow, Merry Mail. I mean, just so many. Just had such cute things on it, so I ended up grabbing that as well. And then I've actually had this fabric that I had bought before, but I don't think I bought it at $5.95 a yard. And so I actually bought 2.5 yards of this because I've used this fabric for a lot of different things, borders and all that, so it works out really nice. So I ended up buying more fabric yesterday. So of course, I ended up jumping into that, and then walking out with the machine that they had sitting at the door waiting for me yesterday. They knew I was going to show up. I'm going to try to show you all. See if we can get... Oh, it is working. All right, so I'm going to try to show you all some of the things my partner did and not make you all sick in doing it. So we are using the Husky workstation. So this whole workstation is like $279, I think, from Husky. It is 55 inches across. It comes with 2 drawers. I cannot use the first drawer, but it does come with the second drawer. So I'm able to use that as long as I move out the knee lifter. But when you look at the beautiful Maverick, right, he actually cut out this entire top so my machine would fit into it. That's the kind of guy I have, because nobody else. So if you ever wonder how your relationship is going and if someone actually cares for you, the fact that this guy got up at 7 a.m. this morning, had to not only assemble this, but then had to make a template for the sewing machine, then had to cut it all out, use routers to route it all so everything would be nice and smooth for my fabric to run across it and all that. Needless to say, it's hot, humid here today because we've had rain the past few days, and we're supposed to get rain, I think, tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And poor guy was very red-faced and sweating for a long time. But anyway, so he did get this done for me. I am so super psyched. It was actually cheaper to buy this, and I ended up buying a second table, as you can see. And so we have the second table butted up against this one because I really wanted the width, the length, in order to cover it. So guys, if y'all ever wonder what my stash looks like since I've got on camera today, there's just part of the stash. So those are panels, those are fat quarters, and each one of those bins have anything from applique to blocks of the month, to other wall hangings, to table runners, and then kits start on the 3rd shelf all the way down, and they just keep coming and coming and coming and coming. And so it's just a little sad, really, but it is what it is. All right, let me jump off this camera so I don't make you all motion sick. All right. So we just figured out how I could do that today, too. All right, trying to go back. Hey, Rob, welcome in. Thanks for being on the channel. I am absolutely not getting any sewing done tonight. I have just literally got this machine threaded and played with it for about 5 minutes before the live. So I am not going to be able to sew and do what I want to do tonight. But I do have all the jelly strips done. Now I've got to press all that out and then get my cutters out in that, and then I'll be able to build that out. For my grandson's quilt, which is the quarter square stripes from Mr. Ray. So he was nice enough to gift that to us. And so I do have that to work on. All right, let me catch up in the chat too. Rob from Connecticut. I appreciate you being here, Rob. That means so much. Brian goes, I love those fabrics. You know, Brian, when you're able to find fabric at $5 and $6 a yard nowadays, you really almost have to grab it. Pat goes, how many animals have you done for this sew and tell? I can get up to the sewing room now. That is awesome. I was going to see if I was too far behind. You are absolutely not too far behind. I have not done any of the animals. We did start with the fox. I've done the first 2 quilts, but I have not gone back to finish the block by putting the fox on there. But I have done the first 2 quilts. I have worked on the 3rd one and then realized the 3rd one wasn't going together like I thought it would. And so I've gotten this far with it, and that's as far as I have gotten. So I am not on task and not on target, and so I have no idea how I'm going to get back with sew and tell, because I do want to get that quilt done, and I got to get that figured out. So you are not very far behind me at all, and by knowing you, you can pass me up, Pat, within a week, because I am literally just working on it on Thursday nights once a month. And so I do need to get it all out and play with it to figure out where I'm at and to get the last one done so I can get started for the next one. Brendan says, all those polar bears are so cute. Love the autumn fabrics too. Yeah, I love autumn colors. I don't necessarily get thrilled about autumn because autumn means that you're going into winter. And although I love Christmas, I am not a winter fan. Although now living in Arizona, it isn't near as bad for me, right? I just don't like cold. I don't like cold, snow, sleet, ice, none of that. You know, where people go, oh, wasn't it gorgeous this morning? I woke up and just sat and looked out the window for an hour because it snowed and it was so fresh and blah. That's not me. I don't mind seeing it on a Hallmark movie on TV, but I don't need to see it in person ever. Sharita says, I love the penguin fabric. Super cute. Thank you. The pink Christmas stamps were different. The red one is pretty. Did also come in blue or green? No. If you're talking about this one, it did not. This was the only one they had at the store yesterday, and I don't remember it coming in a different color before. The setup is very nice. Christmas is right around the corner. Praise Jesus. I love Christmas. Carl did do a good job. He really did. And he's so patient. It's just so frustrating. I got frustrated this morning trying to make breakfast burritos because we literally make 12 to 14 of those. And so that was our breakfast this morning. So I'm trying to work with 2 pounds of ground beef and, a cup of uncooked rice, and I've got to get it cooked. Anyways, this massive mess that we make, and then we have to roll it all up and then go on it. But we will have to see. All right. Zaza says, did you keep the table cut out to make? Oh. He has it. I know he does. So, because literally we just finished a couple hours ago. So, no, I never even thought about doing that. Interesting. I'll mention that to him. Charlotte, hey Charlotte, welcome in. Thanks for being here. A friend of mine has 2 of those husky tables in her sewing room. They are absolutely amazing, guys. I will tell you, I like these because these are adjustable. They're manually adjustable. So for this setup, I doubt I'll ever raise or lower the table, but I still like these. They're nice, heavy duty. Actually, Hagrid is sitting on a husky table. The 3D printers and that we use in the other room are on husky tables, and my partner actually uses a husky table as his desk to play video games and all that on. They're just, by getting the double drawers, being able to adjust them and all of that, and they come in multiple sizes. I think 55 inches the smallest. I think they go 60 or 63 and 72. So there's 3 or 4 different sizes. So I don't know. I just think they're an amazing bargain. Kim goes, very nice table, and your pattern is a keeper. Yes, I tell you. Oh, Pat goes, where's the Tula drawer? It's so funny. I was cutting a bunch of fabric this week, and I thought I need to at least take a picture. So, interesting enough, we put all this design studio together so John would have everything housed in one room. So John wouldn't have to run to multiple rooms. John could do his sewing, he could iron, he could cut. We quickly realized the fabric didn't fit in here. So the fabric's in the back of the house in the spare bedroom, which is now where the Tula came out of the drawer, and Tula is now in a, bookshelf. But yes, so I will get you all pictures in that, hopefully for the end of the month, I promise. John from Art East is here. It was so good to see John yesterday. It was so nice to be to be able to chat with John, right? Because I've seen him on the channels. He's been here, but I never have got to be with John and be able to talk other than through chat and that. So it was pretty exciting to have John there yesterday. So I will put John's channel in. If you all have not been over there, John's getting ready to do a big Quiltmas, and him and his partner Matt give some amazing things away. So you definitely want to get registered and signed up over at Art East if you haven't already, because he does have a lot of cool things to share with us. Who else? So as that goes, we saw the stash. Unfortunately, that's just kits. All of that whole bookshelf, that's only kits. All the real fabrics back in the back. That's what's crazy. And I just got 10 new bolts this week. So, hey Tara, welcome in. Thanks so much for being here this afternoon. Brian goes, that is nice. Do you rent Carl out? It's so funny. I asked him this morning, I said, so now, like, if one of our friends says, hey, if I buy the table, would you, do, and he goes, yeah, I'll tell him $500. I said, okay, not a problem. So then I asked him later, I said, so is it still $500? He goes, don't talk about it right now. He goes, is anyone really asking? I'm like, oh. And interesting enough, I had posted on the Janome chat on Facebook, and someone's husband had done this. And so she had posted a picture and all that, which made us think about how we could actually do it. And he did get new toys out of it, okay? Because he didn't have a reciprocating saw, whatever the hell that is, and he did not have a router. So he got a new router, he got a new saw, and he did get a whole bunch of bits in that. So he did get his toys as well. So, but I also have probably other projects planned for when we get down on the farm. So we'll see how that works. Hey Stitcher, welcome in. Thank you for being here this afternoon. Who else? Yeah, it was fun yesterday being on Danielle's channel and having two Johns on the channel. So you can't ask for more than that, right? So that did make things interesting for us. Hey Becky, welcome in. Thanks for being here this afternoon. I so appreciate you. So Pacos, are you making all the animals and the quilts? That was my plan, to make them separately and then figure out how to put them together. Now that I see how they're turning out in that, I can understand why. I think it was Shannon, when she did them, she ended up making wall hangings out of them and not actually making the whole quilt. So now I'm trying to figure out really what do I want to do. I haven't decided on that yet either. Zaza says, John, I don't get winter either. Just crazy. Oh, Linda says, oh, she found Brian. I tell you what, Brian's got the best sense of humor. I love watching some of the things that he does. Hey, Curtis, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Curtis goes, what a live on Danielle's site. I laugh so hard. I tell you what, every time I have been with Danielle, we have had an absolute time. That poor woman is a hoot. It's just crazy. And we had not got to be together since last fall, and I'm thinking it was August, September last year when we were together and on each other's channels, because we did a Halloween project, because we both like Halloween, and I was on hers on Saturday and she was on mine on Sunday. And but it has been literally almost a year since her and I got to be together. But no, we had such a good time. It was so crazy. Charlotte says Tula has her own room now. She basically does, I tell you. And now she's coming out with another collection that I was just looking at, and it's like, okay, really, I don't need yet another collection, but we'll get it figured out. Artie John says he had fun too. Yeah, it was just a dynamic group that no one talked over anyone else. We all shared a lot of the same passion, the same thing. Yeah, it's just such a relaxing, fun time. And we didn't even have liquor, guys. I mean, we were just sober and straight up. So what's up with that? Judy goes, Brian, we now know where find it. You all have always known where to find it. I can assure you, you all are more than welcome. If you all ever end up in the Phoenix area, we will make sure that you are well fed and taken care of, and that you don't go home empty-handed if you make it out here. Brendan says we're going to have fun to get together. It was so much fun. Yes, I agree. Oh, look. See, Mona's the first one comes out with John East and John West. How cool is that? Hey, Candace, welcome in. Thanks for being here this afternoon. I so appreciate you. Melissa goes, someone say Halloween. I actually so interested enough today on, we got an Etsy order this morning and someone ordered like 4 different Halloween fabrics. I was like, oh, I haven't even started on Halloween. And then I looked over on the other bookshelf that's behind this stash that you all saw, but y'all didn't see what's behind it. And I literally have 2 new stacks of Halloween fabric that I don't even remember buying, but they just showed up here a couple of months ago. So I'm sure I did, but it is what it is. Yeah, John says she has those yummy lawn fabrics coming. I tell you. Tula just, I mean, I might as well just write the woman a check directly. It would be so much easier. Zaza goes, you may regret that when you turn up in mass. It's all good. I'm from the South. You never have too many people. You know, if you're going to have 20 for dinner, you make for 50. If you're having 50 for dinner, you make for 100. There's all, you will, I assure you, you will never go hungry in my house. Last year for Thanksgiving, there was 6 of us for Thanksgiving, and we made a 24-pound turkey. Somebody goes, I can't believe that you made a 24-pound turkey. I'm like, but that's, I want leftovers. I want to know that we have enough, you know, and it's like, yeah, and we made 11 side dishes, I think. Because that's just, again, I was raised in the South. You always have enough. So who else? Oh my goodness, look at my girl, my bestie. Danielle is here. She's a channel member, which means a whole lot. But she says, hey John and everyone in the chat. So her ears were burning enough that she actually had to jump over. So, see, Zaza even says, better to have more than not enough, right? I just can't imagine. It's interesting, my in-laws, when we first got married, she used to make a meal for 6, and she bought a little can of green beans, a little can of corn, and like a big slice of ham, and everybody took like a teaspoon of green beans, a teaspoon of corn, you know, and a slither of ham, and I was like, okay, that's why none of you all have a weight problem, but I was raised in the real South, and yeah, that's not how we eat. So we used to have to stop and eat at McDonald's on the way to my in-laws for dinner. It's the only way we could do it. All right, so what do we have coming up this week? We do have Cutting Up and Piecing Out coming up on Thursday. And I'm betting, what is it supposed to be? What is the date? The 19th? So it's supposed to be AccuQuilt because John did AccuQuilt last week and it was supposed to be Honor Quilts. So we'll see. I may end up doing the AccuQuilt. I finally got everything cut, and you all probably can't see, but I finally got everything cut out for my soon-to-be daughter-in-law's black and white quilt. So I'm really hoping to get started on that and get that going. I didn't realize how much black bleeds onto everything, so I've got black fuzz on everything going on. But I am doing the sawtooth pattern for her, and so that is the pattern that we're doing. Actually, let me see. I'm supposed to be able to push. Look at that. My partner just got that fixed tonight. So I'm doing the sawtooth pattern. I did cheat in because I wanted to get it more king size and not have to do so much piecing, since I have to get this done and ready by October to make sure, because, you know, It's not like John doesn't have 70 other projects going on. I ended up cutting that out of the 16-inch because it just made better sense for me. Joady says, John, how is Mama Jan doing? I haven't seen her lately. She has been super busy. We had, she just texted me yesterday. She actually texted me, was it yesterday? And said, because we talk almost every day. She said, 159 days till Christmas. So, yeah, because I had texted her to let her know. Because, you know, guys, I keep telling you, if you do want to get into AccuQuilt and that one of the best places to buy is Facebook Marketplace. Met the nicest lady this week who lives just the next town over. Was actually coming over here to one of the quilt shops to take a lesson or do something yesterday. And so she had the AccuQuilt Go cutter, which was originally the big cutter, but it was, you know, hand crank, and she had decided she wanted a electric cutter, and so she had it on Facebook Marketplace for $100. So I bought that. So now I have the hand crank Go, I have the electric, and then I have the baby, or what they call the Go Me now, cutter. Because the plan is we do want to get into, as we start hosting more retreats, we would like to do probably a specific AccuQuilt retreat. And again, I'm an affiliate, but I am not an ambassador. I'm not endorsed, paid, or nothing by AccuQuilt. But I do think that would really be cool. And to do that, I knew we need to have a couple of cutters available. And for $100, I couldn't beat it. It was interesting because you could tell it is a few years old because it's got more of that ivory cover versus the white that they're using now. But it works perfect because there's not that much to go wrong with that cutter, right? I mean, it's manual. As long as the shank handle turns and the presser plates come down a little bit, it's good. So anyways, telling you, Facebook Marketplace is a good place to watch for those. Because most people that are selling the AccuQuilt cutters are your crafters and that they're not enough money in it for people to really try to get into the scams and that, because you do have to be so careful with everything nowadays. It's just so crazy. Let's see, who else? All right, I think I'm caught up. I did want to do a giveaway tonight, and I thought because it's Christmas in July, and John hasn't done anything Christmas in July, right? So that makes a lot of sense. But I thought we would, let me jump over and find Nightbot. I did try to drop Brian's link in. I did drop Mr. Quilter's in. I don't think I dropped Danielle in. Danielle usually is really good about dropping all the links in. And I did drop Art East in. And again, guys, if you've ever thought about doing anything with Art East, the time to do it would be now, because when you go over to Quiltmas, John and Matt had some amazing giveaways. The last time they had big lives in that. It starts on Saturday. I will not get to be there on Saturday because we'll be down looking at land and trying to figure out what that looks like for us. We're looking at 5 acres, 7 acres, and I think 7 acres. We're looking at 3 different spots to get figured out, so we'll see how that goes. All right, I think I'm caught up. So let me look. Putting it in the wrong spot. I'm putting it in the chat. It won't do any good if I put it in the chat. Let's do... All right. Get this done. So I thought we'd switch back over. I actually did table runners from Villa Rosa, just something simple tonight. These are 18 inches by 56 inches, but I do think they are a cute pattern. It's called Peppermint and Holly. So if you don't have that, there's a lot of, I think it's cute with the half square triangles and that on there. Hopefully you're getting a good view of that. So if you would like to enter to get this, it is !Holly, Holly. We'll get you registered, and we will get those. We'll do a drawing and give 2 of those away tonight. You do have to be on the live to do that. It is funny how many come up after the live and post. trying to get into the drawing. So sorry, it's only during the live. And yes, you will have to send me your mailing address or I will not be able to send them to you. So it is just a few tasks that has to be done. All right. Who else? Melissa goes, the problem is I want to do all of Art East. I understand. I mean, John almost got me this time with the new Right from the Star, Left from the Star. I forget what it's called. But I love the Captain Hook. You know, all the things that were on there. And I really, really, really looked at it. But I already was committed on so many other projects. It's like, gosh, can I take one more project on? Now he's got 3 new ones coming out, and he's kept it a secret from me, so I have no idea. Now I've got to watch and see what else he's going to come out with. I keep arguing that at some point we'll force him into doing a gnome, and when he does a gnome, then I'll have to do it. Second star to the right, thank you. So that was not on purpose, John. I do apologize. But I do have the Halloweeny pattern, but I did not buy it as a kit because by the time I thought to get it, the kits at that point were all gone and that. But I probably at some point I will do an Art East. I will be honest with doing the Hosta pattern from Pink Door with Tula and all of that. I've even just decided to take that and put that on the shelf for now. At some point, we will absolutely do that, but I just want to get through this Elizabeth Hartman right now, and I can only focus on one major project at a time when it comes to something like that, so I'm just waiting. But it is interesting. He is going to catch me at some point, I know, because his creativity and other things that he does is just amazing. All right, so who else? See, Brian says, I'm enjoying my first kit from Art East. Yeah, it's nice because I think John did everything right. I think that's what's important, right? Because I will tell you, the kit for the Elizabeth Hartman was very stingy on fabric. So if you make a mistake, you're pretty much left. And so I actually had to go back and do, I actually had to order 2 different pieces. Now, to their credit too, maybe had I read the instructions and not just followed the pictures, it might have helped too. So part of it was self-imposed pain, but it is what it is. All right, let's choose the first winner tonight for the Peppermint and Holly. And that person is, oh my goodness, Nanette, the Farm Her Quilter. How awesome. So if you send me your address again, if you've been a previous winner, I don't keep your addresses. So you absolutely do have to send me your address again because I don't keep those. So congrats, Nanette. That is so awesome. All right, and let's give a second one away. Melissa runs with quilts. Melissa, congrats, Melissa. So if you two send me those addresses, I will get those in the mail this week. I can tell you things have been absolutely crazy at work, but we will figure it out, right? It's just so much going on, so many things happening, but life is fun, right? So I hopefully will be able to start stitching on Maverick on Thursday, and we'll figure out what that looks like and what that means. Guys, if there's anything particular you would like to see on Thursday night when we talk about cutting up and piecing out, I really am trying to make that a little bit more instructional and really not just open chat in that like we do a lot of times on Sunday afternoon. Today ended up definitely more chat just because we just ran out of time. I'm telling you, poor guy started early this morning. We were, and, and the thing was, after he built and got all this ready, then we had to swap everything in this room. So then we're moving, trying to swap the old desk, and I forgot how much stuff he had wired, because we literally have 6 cameras in the design studio now, along with the wireless mics and everything else that he's got going on. So it just took a lot of activity to get things going, and so sewing was not going to be in the cards tonight, and that's fine. I am hoping to get the Christmas quilt cut, so I can at least start piecing out those squares and that. I'm excited about that pattern. I think that's going to be cool. We'll see what we do on Thursday night. Like I said, Honor Quilt was supposed to be last week, and I just skipped it somehow altogether. I am going to Mitt's Art East on Saturday because we will be down in the Bisbee area. I think the plan is to go down and come back in the same day, so we'll figure out how that works. I am doing the holiday quilting bee, so Labor Day weekend, and I already have a special guest that's going to be part of that, but we're not going to name that person at the moment, but I will have a guest with me, and I am super excited for that, and I'm excited to have a holiday too. I'm telling you, I am ready for time off for work, absolutely. All right, let's check on chat real quick. What's going on? Congrats. Um, John says he's cutting a Christmas quilt right now too. Tell you what, that guy is just amazing. He says he'll miss me. He's a nice guy, I'm telling you. Again, if you missed Danielle's channel, jump over there. Jump over and support Katie. Brian is always a hoot to watch. Brendan over on Mr. Quilter's got a lot of good things going on. Go over and show them some love and keep some things going there as well. But guys, I am not going to stretch this out tonight. We are going to end just a little bit early tonight. But I appreciate each of you being here. If you're a channel member, thanks for being that support to this channel. That means a lot. Thanks for letting us, thanks for being a subscriber, and thanks for all the support and things that you bring to this channel. It means a lot to me, and it means a lot to my partner. So we appreciate each and every one of you. And as always, guys, until next time, happy crafting!